Hello there folks, my name is Great Mighty Poe, and welcome to part 8 of Nightreign solo Wylder. Let's get straight into this. We are going after the night aspect, Heolstor. We also have the city shifting earth underway, and we have a remembrance to complete, so we need to head into the shifting earth and pick up a silver tier. I'm in a good mood today. So that's a good sign, and Heolstor is my favourite of the Nightlords. I see a city over there. I'm just gonna call it the city. I can never remember the name of it. So yeah, whenever you're going after the night aspect, you will notice there'll be a couple of the harder locations on the map. I always see at least 2. So a couple of those. We've got Church up in the north. We have a township down here, which is nice. You will notice with city that there is no castle. Castle is gonzo, so that is one reason why I don't tend to prioritize castle too much, because with city, you're not gonna have castle anyway, so trying to have castle every time in your plans is a bad idea, because sometimes you won't have it. We also have Libra here. Okay. And Heolstor is weak to holy. We have a couple of holy ruins here, which is really nice. In fact, we're going to end up right here, so that's going to be quite good. It looks like that maybe this one here was intended to be like our starting cathedral. We've got another cathedral over here though, and a fort up here, and these ruins are pretty easy. Holy ruins, I have not shown those off yet. I got Jonah wanting out now. But Holy Ruins, I haven't shown them off yet. Those contain Orbonorics, because apparently they couldn't find any other holy enemies. Orbonorics are actually weak to holy, funny enough. But there'll be 3 big Orbonorics. And it's a pretty easy ruin to take out. Improved crits, tech power at low HP, sure. Magic attack follows charge attacks. I don't personally care. And then over here, what do we got? Taking damage boost mitigation. Sure. Why not? No Scarab over here this time, unfortunately. Now let's jump off the edge. Grace right there. So we'll head up to that cathedral first and do that. Just because the cathedrals and the forts tend to be the easy locations, ruins are a little bit harder. So, yeah. One thing to note is there is another Spirit Spring over here. I find this one here, getting up to this location, is a little bit better personally, because it jumps you a lot higher. And looks like this is a golem. Okay. Whoa. And oh, and oh, and oh. And oh, he's in the wall. Hey, I can still get the crit though. We're all good. Oh yes, our relics. I forgot to show that at the start. Sorry about that. They are the same as always. I could have changed one of them out, but I'm okay. Banished Knight's Lightning Greatsword or the Forked Greatsword. I'll take the Forked Greatsword for the bleed. Really good against the Orbonorics bleed. And not enough to level up quite yet, so let's actually... Before we head up to those Orbonorics, I do want to be a slightly higher level. So let's just kill those 2. That'll get us up to level 3, let us use that Forked Greatsword to be able to take on the Holy Ruin. Awesome. Because yeah, definitely want to head up this way, because that's where the churches are. I do want to get both those, hopefully. Hopefully the circle is up in this location. It tends to be with city. I've noticed that you get the circle up this location here quite frequently. So that should be good. So we want to head up there. Obviously we could head up this way and then up that way, but I like to head over to the Spirit Spring over here because it's a little bit faster. Okay. 1 second, gotta pause. Okay, I'm paused. Good. I had to let the owner out. He did not want to be in here. And no chest there, so I will move on. Lovely. So Holy Ruins aren't too bad. They are actually pretty easy. I find them. I always find it a bit of a struggle to get up to here though. There we go. Cool. So we'll have one of them here. As I said, very weak to bleed. Two. And then the final one is just over here. Easy peasy. We've got Watchdog's Sacred Greatsword. Not really wanting to use this, just simply because it is a bit slower. I do prefer faster weapons in Nightreign. Tree Spear is pretty good, but it does have just improved incantations and Storm Stomp, so not ideal. We do have another Holy Rune that we can check out, so we'll just take the physical damage negation. We also have City. So we don't necessarily need a Holy Weapon, because we might get lucky with a decent weapon in City. And going down here just because we are here. And you can see, yes, do get talismans down here, but nothing really good, unfortunately. Okay. I guess let's head over to this church. And we'll stop by over this way again, check for the chest, see what boss is over here. I think I saw a Knight's Cavalry. I did indeed see a Knight's Cavalry, another easy boss. Yeah, he was too far away. But I get lingering fire, so it works out. Ow. Give me that backstab. Actually, I should use the Crag Blade. Although I'm going to lose it if I do the grapple. But... hey, I got the bleed. Oh shit. Ow. Oh, that did no damage, thank God. There we go. Yeah, so fun fact about Knight's Cavalry, I looked on Elden Ring. Well, on Servername, the From Software modding Discord, they have an Elden Ring data mining channel. So some data mining about the Knight's Cavalry. Their horse will drop 600 runes. So you don't actually get the full rune reward, simply because of that. I'll take the poise, thank you. You don't get the full rune reward simply because the horse is meant to drop 600, but the horse doesn't technically die. So you actually get 600 less runes than normal. And no chest here. And no scarab either, we've been kind of scarab poor. Yep, and I was correct, circle up in this location. Perfect. I think I haven't really mentioned the seeds too much. This game isn't truly random. It has a set number of map patterns, and there are 40 map patterns per Nightlord. So... how do I explain this? I'm trying to speak, but it's difficult. So yeah, 40 map patterns per Nightlord. 20 of them for non-shifting Earth, and then 5 per each shifting Earth. So for Heolstor with the city, there's only 5 maps you're ever gonna see. So I've probably all 5 of those have the night one in the exact same location. Black Knife Assassin, by the way, another easy boss. Recommend taking them out. A lot of people do have issue with how little seeds they are. And some people have given up on the game just because they see the same seed over and over again sometimes. I don't have too much of an issue though. I'll take the stamina recovery. It definitely is a bit of a balancing act on FromSoft's end, because one of the things people don't seem to realise... I'm going to go see Libra, by the way. One of the things people don't realise is that one of the things that makes From Software games a lot easier than they necessarily could be is because everything is memorizable. So you get a boss, and they have a fixed moveset. You can memorize that pretty easily. You have the maps, the enemies are always in the same locations, spawn in the exact same circumstances, all of that stuff. So with Nightreign, they had to keep that in mind, that obviously memorizing maps, the locations of where, you know, you always have these points of interest that are always going to show up in the exact same spots, but the actual point of interest is different each time. So they had to keep that in mind, that, you know, map memorization is important as well to keep in mind. And so it's definitely a balancing act. I'm actually going to wish for eventual greatness. I don't tend to go for the expanding one of my stats. I don't need a flask. I think the downside for this one's quite bad as well. Yeah, so I lose max HP. This one here... So until the day ends, I have reduced stats, but after the end of the day, I will be getting a buff, which will be quite good. But yeah, I think they went a little bit too... They didn't go far enough with the randomization, definitely. They could have gone further. Also, Death the Right Bird over there, so we'll check that. What have we got here? Ah, lion. Okay. Oh, thank you, lion. He was in my way. I didn't want to have to deal with him. And I think another issue with the randomization is the lack of events. Like, obviously, I got quite lucky. I've had the Libra invasion, I've had the Maris invasion, I've had the Noster invasion. But a lot of people don't see many of those events. It is completely, you know, dependent on the map pattern you get, on what events you can get. And you can't get multiple, so you're only ever going to get one in that particular map pattern, so it is very limiting. And I think, yeah, they definitely needed more. Actually, let's go over here. There's more events, more randomization, more variants. Like, there's only one Holy Ruin, so I know every single time what the Holy Ruin is, but then you have stuff like the Fire Camps where there's 2 variations of that, or the Poison Ruins where there's 2 of that. Like, obviously 2 is very limiting as well, but they could have done more, I think. And I think, hopefully if there is a sequel to Nightreign, or some other roguelike that they do in the future, could be a chest over here, but not by the looks of it. If there is some other roguelike in the future, or some other game like this, or, you know, sequel, that they do lean more into the random aspects and go a bit more wild with it, have a bit more fun with it. Because Nightreign is definitely an experimental game, and I definitely very much enjoy it, but I definitely want more. Okay. We do have the other holy ruin over here that we could check out. I don't really see the point. I guess we can do this church, just simply because we're here. Should be getting the Night 1 boss very shortly. This does look like it is a mausoleum. So... Yep, mausoleum soldiers. So head off this way to the altar. What are you? Barricade shield and improves spellcasting feed. I am good. And yeah, right here, as expected, like, there are only 5 map patterns, so I kind of know about some of them. HP restoration, I'll pass on that one for now. Cane Sword or Venomous Fang with attack up when wielding 2 armaments. I'm actually going to pass on both those. I don't need either of them, my inventory is already full. So. Level 7. Beautiful. And yeah, okay. The Night 1 boss, I have no idea what it's going to be. I believe with Heolstor, what can show up for the Night 1 and Night 2 bosses is drawn from a larger pool of randomization. So he draws from multiple Nightlords and whatever their bosses can be. So we might see some familiar faces again, or we might not, we'll find out. There's a lion over here. And that's what I say about sometimes a crit, you have to be careful. Red Wolf can have that happen as well, where it just doesn't give it to you. Ghost Flame Torch with improved holy damage negation, FP restoration upon attacks with a Highland Axe, or more FP. I guess I'll take the least bad, the more FP. There is a Red Wolf over there, but the circle is closing in currently, so I'm gonna leave. There can be a chest to the bushes over here as well, so we may as well take a look. Aha! I knew I'd find one eventually. Oh, Blood Twin Night Swords is actually pretty good. I might replace my sword with those. Poison Grossmere with improved jump attacks, that's also pretty good. But I think I'll stick with this. This is going to be pretty good. I haven't used Twin Blade yet, so... Yeah. So the interesting thing I also saw mentioned in a critique about Nightreign is how, like, there are tons of weapons, but a lot of the characters aren't very designed to use multiple of them, like, and you obviously have your character-specific loot pool, so as a Guardian you're going to find more halberds. So the loot gets quite repetitive as well, because there's only so many halberds for Guardian to be using. And he's really incentivized to use them because of the charged guard count instead he gets on them. So, yeah. Wait, have we got... Oh, we got Alma! Oh! If you see Depraved Perfumers and these dudes, that means you have Alma. Which will be actually a pretty good boss, because I was kind of a bit worried because I have taken the aesthetics path, so I have reduced stats until after this boss, so... I ran out of stamina. Honestly, the perfume is more dangerous than Alma. At least for me. I'm gonna redeem myself with that. Ow. Horrible performance against that one in the rock forest, which I tried to parry and failed. There we go. See, I can parry Alma. This Alama is a lot weaker than the one you'll find around the world. Although he still can do that. Why do you do that attack? I hate that attack. That attack is annoying because I can't parry it. I can parry that though. Aha. I guess look out for glowing red. Come on, man! It seems like I'm not going to attack you can parry. Okay, I'm going to dodge those ones because I'm a little bit scaredy. Man, I missed my parry and got real fucked. I'm not guarding. I don't really need more FP, so I'll take the increased enemy damage. Oh, and you can see my stats jumped up. So there we go, I completed the aesthetics path. So the game rewards me. Awesome. We are now going straight to the city. You can see our objective where it is in the city. I won't be heading straight to our objective, I'll be heading straight towards the Stell. Well, not necessarily straight towards the Stell. I'll be heading in the direction of a Stell. I think the Wylder's Remembrance trips people up a little bit because there are two paths up towards a Stell. There's the path going to the left, which is obviously, as you can see, that's where his Remembrance is heading up to the left. But there's also a path heading off towards the right. And the path heading off towards the right just has more things you can do. It is just simply a more jam-packed path with more interesting stuff to do. And so it is the path that I like to go down. And a lot of people, I think, are learning that as well. I'm also seeing some complaints on the Nightreign subreddit about City and people rushing it day one and people are getting sick of having to do it. Because there are some pretty easy stuff in the city to do. You can see the Royal Carian Knight down there. As part of the city, so you'll always have a Royal Carian Knight here, and you'll also have a Flying Dragon here. And also where the castle was here, you'll have a Golden Hippopotamus. So, some things to note about City. And how it actually changes stuff around it, because, you know, no castle, so they just put a hippo there. And we are going to drop off. And there we go. Be careful around the edges of this area, because it is, you know, the void. And I just noticed that we don't quite have 10,000, so I do want to pop down here. What are you dropping? Immunizing? Cool. How much are you dropping? Oh yeah, 1,200? That's perfect. There we go. Cool. Obviously I wanted 10,000 simply because up here at the very beginning of City is a merchant. Gonna grab some on the way out, but I may as well do it now. Awesome. And I'm actually gonna grab... Isn't there another dude here? Yeah. Grab some fire bombs as well for something coming up. So we're gonna head up this way and get our first kill on a special enemy. You will look out for Mausoleum Knights. Should be one somewhere around here. Where is he? Patrols around this area, I believe. Normally I catch him at the top of the stairs there, but he's not there this time. Where are you, mate? Might be further up this way. Nope, that's a different one. That's a pumpkin head. Where has this knight got to? Normally he's right here. And he's not here today. I'm wasting a bit of time looking for him. Okay. Don't know what's happened to him, so we're going to head up here instead. Gonna get bombarded by this Withered Estelle, but we're just gonna ignore him for now. Gonna wait here because he can hit you. And I'm just gonna throw bombs at him. You run out of bombs, by the way. These corpses here will have some magic pots. They do a bit less damage than the fire pots to this boy. But once you do enough damage, he will disappear. And he'll give you 20,000. Just like that. I'm going to go back down here and see if this guy has turned up yet. Because he's normally right here. And I have no idea what's happened to him. Ah, he's wandered down here. So if they have a Deathblight buff on them, they will drop a reward. So we had Deathblight buff, and he's got a Knight's Greatsword with magic damage negation. I'll take the attack power. So yeah, he wanders down from up there down to there by looks of it. So you get a bit confused like me, that's what's happened to him. But that one there who has no Deathblight buff, he won't drop anything for you. And now we're going to head up here. Not quite enough to level yet, but that's okay. Now we're in this area, and we're going to head this way. For our next greater foe. Well, not really greater. Another Black Knife Assassin. I don't know what it is about that attack, but it has really weird startup frames where it's really easy to get hit by it, despite trying to dodge it. Okay, I'm actually getting quite low on health, so I can heal. Dodged too early because of the other attack, that throws me off. Got another item, successful attack to negate damage, improved chain attack finishes or starts breaking. I'll take that, thank you. Go on, there's my grace. So the circle has started moving, but obviously, you know, it covers the city because, how I've said in the past, shifting Earths are always like this. They always have this day 2 circle, the exact same locations. And the boss for city will be right outside it, so right out front of it. So, yeah. We're gonna head over this way. Jump. Barely make it to a spirit spring and jump up here. And there's a chest. And a knight who is guarding said chest. We can just... I just ignored him, but you know... Take him out pretty easy. Oh, come on, mate. Hate mausoleums. We got Death Poker, all family heads. I'm going to take Death Poker. It is a purple sword, and I am wanting one of those. There can be a Scarab up here as well. Guess I'll take Flame Drake. I don't know what Heolstor's gonna choose for his element when I fight him, so yeah. This one here, he's got the Deathblight buff, so he will drop something for us. Obelisk bow or improve fizz power. I'll take that. We head over this way. And we want to jump over here. And then we're going to head over this way. And down here. There are basilisks and the Royal Revenant. I recommend having an ult available. I got death blighted, unfortunately. That is the joys of basilisks. So, but I will spawn reasonably nearby. It'll spawn me here. So there's not really an easy way to get back around to there. From this location, you have to go through where the Black Knife Assassin was. And go around this way. And up here. It's a little bit annoying how they spawn you in city, but oh well. There we go. That took out the Basilisk as well. Ivory Sickle, improved attack power on two-handing, or more rooms. I'll take more money. Gotta take them out because they are blocking the grace, and there we go. Up here. And then over this way. And up here we should have yet another knight. Somewhere. There he is, he's in upstairs here. I'm just going to ignore him for now because we're going to head in here and we're going to try and defeat Estelle. I do have to be a bit careful of the amount of time we have left, because I do really want to get this done. It shouldn't be too bad against Estelle because we have a decent weapon. But as you can see, he does hit pretty hard. And yeah, this attack I don't know how to dodge. No advice on that one. Okay, managed to get the start spray. Let's get the crit. The only advice I really have for that attack is that you can run away from it. He was going to do his grab there, but stop that. Go! That's dealt down. 165,000, and he gave us a legendary. Much like the Frost Dragon, Estelle does have, like, it feels like a much higher chance to get legendaries than other foes. And also, I have had Estelle on occasion drop nothing. Okay. Magic follows charge attacks! Attacks lower enemies magic negation? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, get rid of that. And put that on. We got Darkmoon Greatsword! Woo! That's actually perfect, because Heolstor uses a Darkmoon Greatsword of his own. We've got the power. So rise from death, unaided for a single time, become more powerful for a short time. So we get another Winding Grace, essentially. It's great. Okay. So where is that knight? There he is. I wonder, if I do the buff, do I still get on the charge? Do I still get the bonus? Can you stop dodging away? Oh, I do. Oh my god, this guy is driving me up the wall. Can you stop blocking? That's why I hate shields. Oh, improved magic attack power. I'll take the affinity damage negation though. Just personal preference. There's another one there, but he doesn't give anything that I want. Gonna keep heading off this way. There'll be another Black Knife Assassin around this corner. And we do have the rains coming in, which is a bit sad. I was hoping to get a bit more done in the city. Improved attack power, improved sorceries, or money? Or money, I guess. I will just quickly pop off this way. Right here, this is where you can duplicate an armament. So if you're looking to duplicate an armament, that is where you can do it. Could duplicate this sword, but I don't see the point personally. What we want is right here. This is where we're going to get our silver tier, have a troll to defeat, and a bloody page shooting me. You can see the rains are coming in quite quickly, so we're on a bit of a timer. We're okay. How did you survive? You have no health. Die already. Silver tier. Awesome. Right, let's get out of here. The rains have come and we need to go. So we just want to head straight off this way. There is another boss there. Headless Troll. But we don't have time to fight him, unfortunately. And we're going to pass by another boss that we don't have time to defeat either, unfortunately. He's down there, that's a Dragonkin Soldier. So 2 more bosses that we couldn't have time to beat, unfortunately. And also, off that way, there is another Withered Estelle, who will drop another 20,000. And I believe there's potentially a couple more of the Deathblight Knights that I didn't manage to find either. Had a bit of trouble finding that first Deathblight Knight and that kind of screwed things over, but oh well. We got a really good weapon, so I am really happy about that. Still dealing with some whites in our inventory, but oh well. I could have duplicated any of these, but didn't really seem too much worth it. If you do get out here too early, there is the hippo just over there, down below in the crater or ravine. Also, I hate you. Why do so many enemies manage to do that? Put themselves just out of your reach. Oh, come off it. But yeah, looks like we got Falling Star Beast again. Every time I do a charge attack on these bloody enemies, they're like, no, I'm gonna back up. There we go. It always does that to me. Oh, you son of an asshole. I think I called him a son of an asshole when I fought him last time. There we go, I managed to avoid it for a change. Ow. I don't even know there was one there. Darkmoon Greatsword. Really good weapon. Improved stamina recovery, improved stance breaking, or improved affinity attack power. I'm gonna take the affinity attack power, actually. And I don't need anything else. I could go get the Winding Grace from here, but I don't like doing that. I don't like going out at the end of night 2 and doing stuff. I feel like you shouldn't really be able to. You can currently, and a lot of people go out and farm enemies, and I just think it's kind of silly. So I don't do it personally. Turtleneck meat and crab. Don't need the stone sword keys, I never even used them. And let's do that. Awesome. So level 15 going against the final boss. This should go pretty damn well. Got a real chunky health bar and all that, so we should be good. This is my favorite boss. I think I've said it before, but this is my favorite boss. I absolutely love this guy. I adore him. When I first fought him, he was insanely difficult, and I didn't like it. But once I figured him out, I fell in love. And poke. Okay, he's going into phase 2. After this, he's gonna roar. Whenever he roars, watch out for that duck, because he's gonna charge at you. I dodged a little bit too soon, and always dodge through that attack at the end there. Otherwise it will roll catch you, like that. Been a bit since I fought him solo, so I'm a little bit rusty. And also, this phase tends to die pretty damn quickly in multiplayer because he just gets bombarded by 3 people. I did not actually want to buff my sword. Oops. Cool. That's the... I guess first the second phase is done, now we go into the third phase, and then there's also a fourth phase, technically. Though technically it's only 2 phases because 2 health bars, but I see it as 4 phases. Take those. He's gonna lunge forward at us with his Darkmoon, and then do it again. If you get hit by the sword, you can't dodge it. So you do need to back up a little bit. 1, 2, lunge. This attack here, he's going to do some magic projectiles. Run to the right. Forward to the right, and you will avoid most of all of those projectiles. Back up. And dodge. And now he's going to go into the sky and buff himself. This attack is so damn cool. White, I think he picked up Madness. A little, you try to dodge stuff on the ground there, not necessarily the AoE, by the way. That's my advice for dodging it. And yeah, he's taken Madness, so he's gone and taken, from Libra. This one's one of the more dangerous ones because it is madness. Again, he's gonna lunge, 2, 3, spin. I'm gonna play a bit passively because I am a little bit worried. And here he's gonna go super mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's where he clears his element as well. Now he's back to no element. So back into what he was before he buffed. Okay, input's getting eaten. I'm out of heals now, by the way. Again, run to the right, tend to be safe. One, 2, 3. And spin. 1, 2, and lunge. That's why I like this boss. His combos are very rhythmic, so it makes them pretty fun to fight. Just going for this time. Blue, that is going to be sleep most likely. And again, you're dodging what's on the ground, not necessarily the AoE. Oh yeah, it is sleep, so he took from Augur. There we go. Heolstor down. So yeah, he can take elements from all 8 Nightlords. So fire from Gladius. Lightning from Adele. Poison from Noster, Sleep from Maris, Holy from Folgore, Madness from Libra, Frost from Caligo. And I feel like I'm missing one. I don't know if I'm missing one. Yeah. So nothing here currently. When we do Wylder's specific ending, there will be... Well, the Nightlord will still be there and we'll have to interact with him. But we need to run forward into the ruins of Roundtable Hold. That was a pretty close call, that fight, though. I spent a lot of time talking, so I wasn't as concentrated, and I haven't fought Heolstor solo for quite some time. So, yeah. And let's touch the corpse and offer the Nightlord's rune. Before we do that, though, let's actually read. Oh, actually, I don't think I can read it here. I have to read it when I get back to Roundtable proper. And there we go, that is the Dawn ending complete. That is the, I guess, main ending that you will see for most of the characters. Wylder, Eye, and Recluse, they all have unique endings. You can see these bits of gold flying on left of the screen here. These are the characters being freed from Roundtable Hold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Obviously, Duchess does not get freed. At least I think there's 7 of them. I think there's actually 8 of them shown here, but Duchess doesn't get freed, so I don't know what that's about. But yeah, definitely Nightreign is a game that I really enjoy, because I just enjoy the randomness of it. I think the problem I have with Elden Ring is I've played it so much and it just feels like I'm playing a checklist more than anything else. Like the exploration side of Elden Ring really fell short for me personally. And I just feel like I'm doing a checklist. I need to do this and this and this. I'm not really playing the game dynamically. And that's why it's not as fun for me these days as it used to be. But with Nightreign, because it is got that randomness, I don't know exactly where I'm going to spawn. I don't know exactly what points of interest I'm going to have. And also, since now we've done our first playthrough, after this I'm going to rest and reset the Shifting Earth. So I also don't know what Shifting Earth I'm going to get. They'll be completely random as well. They'll just show up at random for the other characters as we're playing them, so it'll be interesting. So that, 40 per Nightlord is actually 40 per Nightlord. So, yeah. And maybe there will become a point with Nightreign where I do learn every single map pattern. All 240 of them. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a chance of that happening. Plus also the 5th map, so the randomizer guy, also the dark script guy, just really, really cool modder. He's already working on randomization stuff for, the future. So he's looking at, more randomization options, more map patterns, all that stuff. So that'll be interesting when that's done as well. It'll be even more replayability in Nightreign in the future. Plus also, From's not done this game, obviously. We've got the Everdark bosses, which are really cool. I can't access them offline currently, which is a bit of a shame. So I'd have to play them without pause mod, which would be a bit annoying for me to do. And also there'll be DLC in the future and stuff like that. So I am really excited for the future of Nightreign. And I think personal enjoyment, I think this is above base Elden Ring for me, just personally, because it's fun. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I really need to say. Like, I could do like a full critique of your school system, but like, the game's fun. I don't know what else to say. A good game, it worth the money I spent, and the fact that it was only, well, $40 in the US or whatever it cost me here, I can't remember. Pretty good deal, because it just feels like a big Elden Ring DLC, but it's also more than that in some ways. So yeah, well worth it. I guess let's skip through the credits and let's watch the actual final cutscene. Cool. If anyone's wondering what I think that final cutscene is, I think it's the night. Just, it's the night leaving the lands between. So everything's restored back to normal, and yeah. See, we didn't kill too much, only 59 kills, so yeah. Because we did mostly bosses, thinking about it. Like, we didn't do too many side areas. We did this cathedral, and we did the ruin here, but we mostly ignored the enemies in these locations. Like, you can, I can see the... And I tried to find that one bloody knight. But yeah, this ruined section over here, there's another Withered Estelle here that you can kill for 20,000. I'm not too sure if there's any more knights over in this section. And there was another path that I did not take. So that Withered Estelle, when I went up onto the bridge here, you could actually go up this way to this grace here, through a hole in a wall up to here, and that would take you to this rampart here, and you'd be able to take that right to here, and it even goes a little bit further off this way. You can then jump down to the Spirit Spring, and but you can go, you know, right from the start here, up to that Estelle, this way, through here, down the rampart here to here, jump to the staircase and straight into Estelle. So you can get to Estelle real quick, if that is just what you're wanting to get done. And obviously we did not kill the Headless Troll, and we did not kill the Drinking Soldier. We got plenty done, so I'm happy with that. And we got our Larval Tier. Well, not our Larval Tier, our Silver Tier. Meh. Defeating enemies while art is active ups attack power. That's not too bad. Duchess's art is where she makes herself invisible. So you can just make yourself invisible and go crit a bunch of people, but yeah. Oh, increased duration for character skill on Guardian. That's not half bad. And Quick Step is also pretty good for Guardian because he has a pretty terrible dodge. Critical hits boost him recovery and endurance. That's the same as the Baron one, but worse. HP restoration from Great Spear, Rot Resistance, and Holy Air. And then Nightlord, so Heolstor's unique relic. So switching weapons adds an affinity attack, boosts attack power of added affinity attacks, and switching weapons boosts attack power. It's not really clear what it means by affinity attack. It means a grease buff, essentially. So it adds a buff to your weapon. Unfortunately, it can only be one of the elemental buffs. So fire, holy, lightning, and magic. You don't get rot, poison, all that stuff, unfortunately. It'd be really cool if you got like madness and sleep and death, light, and all those options, but no, it is just the 4 elements. This is actually a really solid one for Iron Eye. Just adding more damage on top of his arrows is really, really good. And he also, like Iron Eye, always just has tons of bows. You just swap between your bows and just swap a bow, get the buff. When the buff runs out, swap the next bow. And just keep cycling bows over and over again. It's really good. And then 3,000 Merc. So, yeah, Heolstor, if you are looking to farm Merc, either Heolstor or the Everdarks are the way to go. Because they do give the most of Merc. And yep. Unfortunately, the game returns the roundtable hall to a time when the Primordial Nightlord was not yet defeated. Relics of Merc that were held at the end of the game are preserved, and journey carries on. So we got our Silver Tier. And I think I can look at that. Also, the Primordial Nightlord's rune. A thing with the properties of a great rune harbored by the Primordial Nightlord. So it's the same as the great runes in the base game, essentially. So it's like a part of the Elden Ring, but not. So it's got lots of power, but it's not tied to the Elden Ring. Well, yeah. The Cutting Gifted tribe anticipated the coming night and spent many a moon planning its prevention, concluding that the only chance of success was to cheat a god. They glimpsed what they should not, the very sin of the Erd Tree, for their trespass, so were they punished. I don't know what any of that means. Go watch a lore YouTuber explain that, because I got no idea, man. And then the silver tier, kernel life that straddles the living and inanimate, also known as a larval tier. Once in the lands between, it was said to have granted one a new form. So it is just a larval tier, which is very interesting. I forget who I gotta go talk to, if anyone, now that I have that. Okay, I gotta resume the remembrance, apparently.
I see you have procured your prize. Excellent. I would do anything, if it means we might save her. Blame me for putting you in this position if you will, but I leave her fate in your hands.
Remembrance completed.
I leave her...
Cool. We get the Remembrance skin and the Silver tier. So Silver tier is now a relic. So the effects of this one aren't all that good. I have mentioned that first passive effect already, so the art gauge filled when your ability is activated is not very good, because if your art's getting activated, that's not a very good sign. Ultimate art gauge +3 is alright. Obviously having your ult back faster, really good, so actually that's the one plus of this relic. And then arcane +3, a little bit of arcane I guess is okay, but not the best. But hey, we'll need to use that to unlock Wylder's special ending. Yep, the silver tier he grasped gently throbbed. The Wylder discovered a familiar brooch by his belongings. In his tribe, when one warrior gave such a gift to another, it was a promise to ever fight side by side, whether separated by land or sea. Did his young sister remember such customs? He pinned the brooch to his coat, as was their practice, and gently placed his hand upon it. Once we're done, it'll be goodbye. He knew the twin horses would never run free again, as once they did, side by side, but perhaps just one could gallop onward. Cool. So we unlocked Wylder's Remembrance skin. Each character gets the skin as part of their remembrance. The Wylder's is, well, it's the exact same, but there is, if I zoom in, there is a little brooch there, so if you're paying attention, you can see where it is. That's the difference between the skins, is the brooch. And also, we have now, since we have beaten Heolstor, we have unlocked the Legacy skins. So for Wylder, we have the Abyss Walker, so Artorias skin. Without the skinny legs, thank goodness they fixed that from Dark Souls 3. The Artorias skinny legs were horrible. Also have Lion Knight, so the Faram set. Then for Guardian, we have Sunlight Knight, obviously Solaire. Really like how they adapted this one for Guardian, it's really cool looking. And then Wayfarer, so Alva. For Iron Eye, we have Ringfinger, which I really like Leonhard's set. I don't like the mask on it. Like, I like having my character's face out, so I never use the mask with Leonhard's set, but I like having Leonhard's set, really good. And then Sellsword set, so the Leowyn or Drenlaic set, or whatever you want to call it. Duchess has the black leather, so Patches set. Patches set? Patches is, yeah. Patches set. And I actually really like this one. This one looks really nice. Suits her really well. And then Wraith, so Dark Wraith. For some reason, not too sure why they went with this one, because Dark Wraiths they use strength swords, and Duchess is a Dexent character, so I don't know. Raider gets rock-like, so, you know, Havel. This one is actually pretty cool, because it actually sounds like you're wearing rocks. It's really cool. And Katarina, Onion Knight. Revenant gets Sister in the Painting, so Sister Frida. And then Dragon Skull. I like Dragon Skull quite a lot. Minus the gloves. I could do without the gloves, but This one's really, really cool looking as well. For Recluse, we have Heretic Sorcerer, so Carla, and then Emerald Fate, so the Emerald Herald. I am surprised that there's no Zuli skin for Recluse. I think also same with Duchess. I expected there to be a Firekeeper, Dark Sorcery Firekeeper set for her, because obviously she has the mask. Because we've got the DS2 Keeper here with this one, so... Executor has the strangest ones. I'm surprised there's no, like, Alon would have made sense, and so would have the Eastern set. Not Alva. Shiva of the East. Shiva the Deceased, more like it. Instead we get the Thorns, so the Kirk set. And then the Uriah set, which Uriah set looks nice. I like Uriah set, but why is Executor Uriah? I don't understand this one. Like, I know Uriah uses a katana, but it just feels a bit weird, this one, personally. But it is very cool to have these skins in the game. I think I definitely wanted more. Like, each character gets 6 skins, and that's it. And I would have loved a little bit more. Just personal opinion. I could afford one of these for Wylder, actually. I think I'll just stick with this Remembrance skin, just for thematic stuff. Cool. And also we need to pop over to the Small Jar Bazaar. Since we've beaten the final boss, we now have the Sacred Erdtree Gale, so triple yellow. So we've got triple yellow, triple green, triple blue. No triple red in the game, as I've mentioned before, unfortunately. And we have these relics here now, so increased rune acquisition, Stone Sword Key at the start, and rune discount. And partial HP restoration upon post-damage attacks, Vigor and Poise. I'll grab both of these, they are really, really solid relics. And then all of the same ones as well. I think I'll grab these as well. Lovely. That rune acquisition one is, I found personally was key to Guardian. Just simply because Guardian has terrible killing stuff. So having that one is really helpful. I'm going to switch you out for the silver tier. And... actually, I think I might go for this one. Swap you out for silver tier. I want the partial HP restoration. That's rally, so that's actually really good. And I guess, what do I have for a yellow that I could put in? I guess Frostbite, why not? We'll do that for a build for next time. Just something a bit different. We need to have the silver tier equipped to get Wylder specific ending. So, yeah. So we got Chilling Mist on our sword. Hip hip hooray. But that is been it for this part. So we have taken the final boss. We're not quite done with Wylder though. So one more part with Wylder, and then we are on to Guardian. Which I'm not looking forward to Guardian. I have a lot of trouble with him. It's going to be a lot harder, so get prepared to see me actually die a bunch. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, once again, I thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Take care, guys. Have a good one.